Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Door Shutter, coming back to you with a brand new Minecraft series. Today, we are playing Project Architect 2. Now, this pack is a little bit older. It's in 1.20.1. This pack hasn't been updated since February of 2025, so I believe at this point there's no real future content updates. This pack is kind of as is. It's going to be what you get, right? Which I'm fine with, because I've kind of been playing packs where every other week or every couple weeks or whatever, you get an update and it breaks something or changes something. This pack is kind of set in stone at this point. I'm excited. Of course, link in the description to the pack, and I want to get into this. So I, of course, created a creative world just to kind of test around a couple things. And yeah, let's just create a world here. So we're, of course, going to do hard. We're going to change this to LP because that's just kind of, basic at this point. And we're going to do shut plays Project Architect 2. And I think that's everything. So let's just create a new world, and I'll see you in the world. And we are in the world. So this has actually got a quest book. Oh, we actually already have a house here. Look at that. That is a spawn and a half. I'm gonna take a screenshot because I think I'll use that as the thumbnail. So yes, this is going to be an interesting pack because the main premise is EMC, right? There's some integration with AE2. There's a handful of other things. I've only seen minor amount of content on this pack because I've kind of avoided it just because I wanted to play this pack, and well, now we're playing it. So as you can see, we actually have a transmutation table. I almost said tablet. I think there's the tablet in this pack, isn't there? Yeah, it's just way further down in the line. We don't have access to that, but we have the table, and we have a little EMC counter up in the top left. It's being covered by the Ultimine. So let me just stop doing that for a second. So yeah, you can see up there EMC is 0. Do we have extended inventory? I don't know what that is. I didn't mean to click on that. This is FTB, right? FTB maps. Ooh, a little bit of a lag spike, but that's okay. Got some baby villagers. It's gonna be weird going back to normal textures because of how we've been playing Craftoria and so many things have been altered, right? Ooh, there's a crafting table. I don't even have to make a crafting table. Actually, hold on. Before I do that, let me just make a pickaxe. But yeah, all the different retexturing and stuff from Craftoria, I figured after I was done with that pack, I'm going to have a problem, like, visualizing and seeing things differently now because of that. But oh well, we'll get over it. It's just going to take some time. But that is a handful of things that we're going to use here. Beautiful. Let's grab this. We got scaffolding up there for some reason. We got some pistons. We got more villagers in here. Okay. We got some free coal or charcoal. Is there anything in here? Nope, just an empty pot. We got cabbage. I am gonna loot this village as much as I can here. Tomatoes. And then once I get this looted, we'll talk about the actual pack here, because there's some information that we need to talk about. Man, this is a really cool village. What is this from? This is from Integrated Villages. Yeah, we've got hay bales. We've got some sheepy sheep. Got some looms. Some raw copper that I really couldn't care about right now. Stuffed pumpkin. I have a bowl? Okay. We may come back for that. So we do have some, looks like, retextures, because the mushrooms are like 3D. So that's kind of cool. Copycat panels. Oh, they just like made a wall using that. That's really cool. So we've got Apotheosis in here. We could actually see that because we've got a piece of Apotheosis gear. So I wonder what version of Apotheosis this is, because I don't think this is the newer one where you have to go through tiers. I don't think. We'll look at that later. We'll see if we can find that out. There's an encased fan up here. Man, we've got a lot of stuff to like look around at. Goodness gracious. All this stuff is really cool. Oh, we got even better pair of pants. This can be used as a... Oh, so we have big reactors in here. Ooh, bricks. Big reactors. So we're learning a little bit about this. I could have looked through the mod list a little bit more, but honestly, I couldn't really care. We got the waystone. Beautiful. Why do we have that, though? It's in the graveyard, too. That's kind of weird. But yeah, I could have looked through the mod list a little bit more, but honestly, I know what I want to see, which is ProjectE. That's kind of where the biggest portion of this whole thing is ProjectE. So I'm not really too worried. And also, we can stop and take a look at the quest book here. So this is going to be all of the quests. I mean, genuinely, there's quite a lot in here. You've got, looks like Draconic Evolution. Yes, right here. Draconic Evolution. You've got Cyclic. You've got Create, Industrial Foregoing Mechanism, Thermal, Storage. It looks like you've got Refined Storage and Applied Energistics. I love how there's like a Storage Wars. You got QIO, Magic Storage, Modular Storage. So that's RF Tools. This one's, of course, is ours. This one's Mechanism. This one is... I don't know, Sophisticated Storage. Kind of threw me off because I'm not used to the other textures. Integrated Storage, which is pretty cool. Integrated Terminals and all that. I've never actually used that. And that's Functional Storage Drawers, right? Or is it... yes, Functional Storage. I was wondering, because it says Storage Drawers. I was like, do we have that mod? Whole bunch of, like... Straight up... Ooh, what is that? What in the world? Yeah, so we got some stuff. And it looks like we've got some custom mods as well. From Chosen Architect. Which is all of this stuff. Interesting. So it's like this small portion right here is from him. From like the mod pack itself, basically. Like new content. Which is pretty awesome. Pretty cool to see. I don't think that offers that much protection. If you can just walk through the scaffolding. That's terrible. I want to change out how I'm holding stuff here real quick. Let's do this. There we go. Andesite bars from Create. Man, I like how they're using a whole bunch of different stuff. But we got a iron pickaxe. That's a upgrade. Mahogany doors. This is like a church. Got a brewing stand. I don't really think I need that. Ooh, I almost missed this. Let me loot around a little bit more, and I'll be right back. So I think one of the biggest things that I want to do real quick is just kind of start learning stuff. I'm just going to start tossing some of this stuff in here instead of throwing it away. You know, might as well. So my question is, do we actually retain EMC? Okay, so we retain EMC. That's what that looks like. So if I put this back down, I throw in like the green tea leaves or the brown mushrooms or rotten flesh. So we're learning all of this stuff and we're retaining the EMC, which I wonder if like we die, we lose EMC. I don't know, and I don't want to test that. Not really. But yeah, I did step away from the village, so we're kind of a little bit further out. I'm kind of just looking for a good spot to settle down for the first night. Of course, we do have a bed, so that will be super helpful. Super duper helpful. We got little bunnies. Stand still. Okay. So we're about to probably need to go to sleep here. We're just going to sleep in the middle of the woods. So it looks like we do have kind of some expansion on normal trees. We have larch logs, which honestly, I think I might use this for my flooring because this looks fantastic. I like a little bit of a gray color for flooring, especially because it looks kind of more rustic. That is definitely going to be useful. But I am still kind of exploring. It looks like we've got a lot of water. Here's the original village we spawned at, but I'm thinking of maybe trying to get to this island and see if we can find anything. They got little shrubs too. That is awesome. That is pretty cool. So it looks like, yeah, we may be just hitting a large kind of forest, which I don't really know if I want to run into a forest like this, because that is exactly the opposite of what I'm looking for. But I mean, we could set up like a cozy cottage or something, you know, quote unquote cozy, because I can't build worth a darn. I think what I want to do is I'm going to build a boat, and I am going to set forth into the water and see if I can find a nice little plains biome. I did not find another plains biome, but I did find another village. So I'm gonna pop by this village, see what kind of is what the going on is over here. So this is first village. So this must be a Minecraft. So this is like an overhauled Minecraft village. Okay, so that's why the advancement didn't pop earlier. We have wheat, we have composters. We've got the advanced computer. Is there anything in here? Somebody sleeping with their advanced casing. It's a chunk loader if we ever need one. I'm probably just going to leave that here. But I might take this armor. Let me kind of get rid of some items here. I do like the fact that I can just kind of be like, I don't really need this right now. Well, you cannot use emeralds. That's interesting. You cannot do emeralds. I feel like that's a very different choice, because you could do like all the armor or the trading with villagers and stuff. I think that's probably why they disabled that, which makes a lot of sense. Let's make sure we grab some of this. Is this aspen logs over here? No, they're silver birch. Silver birch, huh? I thought they looked like aspen logs, in all honesty. What kind of... Oh, so it is just birch. Well, that's kind of disappointing. We got maple. Maple logs. Kind of a darker yellow, kind of orangish tint compared to oak log. We got options. Ooh, and they drop apples. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to toss in these saplings just to prevent space from being taken up. I think that makes a lot of sense. So then that way we can just pull out saplings as we need them. Ooh, more stuff. Okay, because we can search, right? Yeah, there you go. That's a really cool feature. I love that. I don't remember if that's ProjectE by default or if that's like an addition. But let's keep looking here. I guess we could also quickly introduce a another mod, Easy Villagers, that is in here. I did know that. I think if we wanted this guy to not be a computer scientist, we just get rid of this, right? Yes. And we can pick him up, and we can do whatever we need to do with him. So these guys will actually be very useful for just trading, getting enchantments, getting other stuff. That might be something we want to do early. I'm not sure. I just know it's in here, because we always kind of build a village or trading hall at some point, and that is an option. And I might honestly want to try and get like diamond armor through that. That might be an interesting thing. Instead of like going and mining, we just go and get it through that method. Ooh, there is leather horse armor right there. I'll take that. Blindness. Iron helmet. We'll take that. Okay. I really need a backpack at this point. There's a bottle of enchanting right there. What are you, a florist? So you're the more villagers one. Oh, you actually give us honeycomb. Interesting. But I don't want you to have that occupation. I want you to come back here. Okay. So let's quickly toss down some stuff. So we can't get rid of those, sadly. I don't really need a quest book. We're just gonna, like, EMC the quest book. Free EMC, am I right? Okay. I think that'll be all the villagers will grab, right? That, oh, I want one more. Actually. All of their... I don't know where their job blocks are. I think that might have already been somebody's that I've already taken. There's so many job blocks. This village even has a ruined nether portal next to it. I don't see any chests. I kind of just came over here to check. I don't see really anything that's beneficial, sadly. Okay. Crying obsidian, nothing else. But yeah, this kind of was uneventful. But, you know, I picked up some villagers. Got 4 of them. That should be good to get, like, a villager breeding system and everything going. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go back to exploring. So we're kind of close to finding, I think, a really good spot. Because even if we got, like, these little shrubs, because we're in a shrubland, I think we should be golden. I'm kind of looking for some cows as well right now. Also, you'll hear the villagers' noises because they're in your inventory, by the way. So if you get a backpack, you can put them in there, and that actually will prevent them from making noise. I am going to live with it for right now, because I really couldn't care. But yeah, look at this. I think this is the spot, ladies and gentlemen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a house off camera, and kind of just get everything settled, and I'll be back here in a little bit. They're so freaking cute. Look at these guys, the little sparrows. Their little wings flap. That is precious. Okay. Alright, so I've done a little bit of caving after building the house, and I've got some apotheosis gear. That's why I just accidentally stepped on the transmutation table. This is the house. Doesn't look that great. I probably will rebuild it later. But I was using vertical slabs to kind of give more depth. It didn't really turn out the way I was hoping. But I do like this region's unexplored stripped larch log. They look really nice, and the larch door looks nice too. But yeah, I've been just kind of exploring. I went down, mined a little bit. I'm currently smelting up some iron here. So one of the things I've noticed is iron ingots are like the processed ingot form. Doesn't have an EMC, but the actual raw version usually does. Not always, but it usually does. We also have some quests here, kind of the starter quest. I wanted to grab these on camera here real quick. So what did we get? We got a turtle plushie. Okay, cool. What does this do anything for us besides EMC? I'm gonna pull this guy back out. I was just kind of wanting to EMC him. Nope, just kind of a plushie. Okay. Can I put him? There you go. Floating in the air. Perfect. We got some nether quartz. I'm gonna toss this in here. We actually got some string, which I'm actually gonna EMC target. So I can actually grab out a second one of these. And then grab leather and a chest. Also, this is a workbench from Cyclic, by the way. This is actually really cool because it's basically the project table. It's basically the workstation or whatever from Tinkers. Can you... What do you got? Anything interesting? No? Don't run away, accept your fate. You keep trying to break into my home. This is the 3rd Wandering Trader I've seen, by the way, so they spawn quite quickly. Anyway, backpack. That's kind of what I was trying to get at. Before being so rudely interrupted. There we go, backpack. And then I'm actually going to just go ahead and make an iron backpack. And that should give us a little bit more storage for mining trips and all of that stuff, which is exactly what I need. I might also quickly grab up an iron chest plate. Gonna get kitted out a little bit here. And let's toss this on. Perfect. I've already rebound the key, so that way I'm ready to go with that. You can EMC leads? That's kind of a strange thing. Llama plushie? I don't know what's up with the plushies. But there's a lot of plushies. I don't know if there's like actually a use. I mean, besides the fact that you can make a lot of EMC out of them, it looks like, but they require quite a bit of materials. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to update. The house is done. We have the ability to kind of go down in the mines longer. I've just been digging down in this cave that we have here. Yeah, I mean, this is a good start so far, I'm not gonna lie. I am gonna go get some more materials. And kind of just keep on keeping on until I feel like we are ready to kind of move on maybe to the nether. I haven't found diamonds. I haven't went down that far. So that is something. I don't know if I really need to be like teaching this thing everything, but I feel like I should. So let me do that. Let me do some more mining, and I will be back here in a little bit. Our first diamond. I found a mine shaft that apparently we've got a overhaul of mine shafts called Better Mine Shafts in here. I think I've seen this mod plenty of times. It's in most packs nowadays. I just don't actually know the name of it, so now we do. It's Better Mine Shafts. I actually kind of want to look. Hold on. Better Mine Shafts. Is that a Young's mod? If I can type. Yes, it is Young's Better Mine Shafts. Okay. I was just curious. I just can't type for the life of me for some reason right now, but that's okay. Let's toss some stuff in the backpack here. A large portion of this stuff can just be tossed in here because I don't really need it. But yeah, I've just been exploring, kind of just getting some resources as much as I can in the first episode. And in the second, we'll probably see if we can navigate to the nether. Kind of get that taken care of, see what we can find there. I don't know, of course, if there's been any alterations or anything of the nether or the end or anything like that. It looks like there's a stronghold mod in here that alters the stronghold, but I don't know how it alters the stronghold because I didn't really read into it just yet, because I'll wait until we actually start thinking about going to the end, which I might want to try doing a little bit more vanilla style, depending on how quick we progress through ProjectE and stuff like that. Not 100% sure though right now, so yeah, I'm just going to keep gathering resources, and I will be back here in a second. Alright, I have gotten obsidian. So one of the things that I did remember is Cyclic has emerald tools. And we actually got quite a few emeralds earlier from the kind of village and everything. And picking up some from the urns, or the, whatever they're called, they're supplementary adds to these. Is it an urn? Yes, they add these urns that generate throughout cave systems. And so I have been picking those up, and occasionally those drop emeralds. So I've actually just made an emerald pickaxe and an emerald chest plate, so that way we are better equipped. And this is equivalent, actually better, than a diamond pickaxe, which is kind of cool. It actually mines faster than a diamond pickaxe, has the same harvest level, a little bit more attack damage. It is fantastic. So I've also actually went ahead and made a sword out of emeralds because I picked up more from an urn. I'm kind of trying to see if I can find one. Yeah, here they are, right here. So you guys can just see these guys, and you can sometimes get emeralds out of these. See if I can. I'm getting the worst drops possible here. Actually, no, that's not even the worst. Ash is the worst because it's actually useless. But let's see if we can find some more here. Some more. So antique ink. There's some emeralds. Perfect. Yeah, those are really cool to just break. Sometimes you get junk, sometimes you don't. But overall, I think it's worth it just because if you do end up getting... if you do end up getting the emeralds, then you can actually make tools in this pack, which is nice. You can make armor, tools. Yeah, you can see I just actually picked up some ash. And this has no real use unless you're looking for soap, I guess. But in my opinion, it's kind of useless. It's also only one EMC, so it's not like I'm really needing to pick it up right now. Let's take out this guy. Okay, back up. Gotta eat. But yeah, I've just been cave spelunking, basically. And I've been, you know, kind of just chilling, right? This is not too difficult. We got the emerald tools, emerald armor and stuff that we can change whenever our normal stuff that we've picked up at a chest breaks. So I'm not too fearful, because we've definitely got plenty of emeralds from picking up picking up the urns. I keep saying like geodes. Goodness. Break some more of these guys. Hopefully get some more emeralds. No luck. The one thing I did know is you can actually light these guys on fire by punching them with a torch. I don't know what mod adds that, but that's actually really cool. The fact that it doesn't ignite the creeper kind of makes me a little... It's a little funny, because the flint and steel ignites creepers, but this does not. Alright, we gotta be careful. I don't want to die here. Okay. But yeah, let me get back to the surface here. I am just exploring a little bit more. Wanted to update you. Got obsidian. Got an emerald pickaxe. Just decided to avoid diamonds. And yeah, so I will be back here in a little bit. I found a trident. I got distracted. I was actually on the way back up, and I found another mine shaft. I think this may connect to the original, but this actually had a trident, a thunderstruck trident of bloodletting. So that is actually really cool. I don't know if I'll need that right now, but definitely a pretty nifty thing to find. This is actually a cave spider spawner as well, so I'm actually going to bookmark this. Cave spider spawner. Spawner. Nope. Spawner. There we go. I think I still spelled it wrong. But yeah, I'm actually still in that same cave, and it has taken me all the way over to, it looks like a pillager outpost, and I've kind of discovered another village, right? Yeah, there's a third village down here that I have not explored, because, of course, I did not know that it was there, on above land, right? So, pretty interesting. Let's actually see if we can quickly get these into ingots. That didn't really help. Okay. Let's get rid of calcite. Actually, no, I want to keep calcite. Cave spider spawner, though. Pretty cool. Alright, we're going to do one thing this episode here real quick, and that is actually kind of start some ProjectE shenanigans by getting some low equivalents, dust, some medium, and also some high. And then actually, I don't think... Oh, I do have paper. Perfect. I didn't actually think I had paper. And I can't learn that, so I actually need to go find sugarcane here in a little while. Thought I picked some up, but apparently... Did I throw it in here? I did. Okay, so sugarcane is in here. Perfect. I just wanted to make sure, because I've been kind of trying to keep as much stuff as possible learned, just in case we need it and we run out or something. So we're just going to get a repair talisman. So what this does is restores 1 durability every 1 second. And actually, I didn't even show you. We did quite a bit of mining. We've actually got a decent stack of resources. Not a whole lot. And I also think that mechanism in this version doesn't use copper, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is the iron recipe. So the newer version is the copper recipe. So that is something else to think about. Unless Craftoria changed that, and that's not a default mechanism thing. If it's not, that's kind of strange, because that actually really worked out well, because how much copper you get in the world. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.